It's one of the biggest events in the racing calendar, but if you can't get to Royal Ascot this year, this pub in Truro may be the next best thing, because they've turfed the entire length of the bar to add a touch of authenticity. I wouldn't put any money on Dobbin here, though, for this year's races. Of course, anyone who's ever been to Ascot will tell you that the racing often takes second place to the fashion. And here at this small workshop in Helston, last-minute alterations are being made to the Cornish dresses and hats which will compete with some of the biggest names in fashion design at Royal Ascot this year. For Denise Stracey and her team, this is the last chance to get their creations just right. And there's a lot at stake. At today's opening of Royal Ascot, the dedicated followers of fashion were out in force. By Ladies' Day on Thursday, the battle of the hats and dresses will reach a peak. But back in Cornwall, Denise is determined the county will stand out in the crowd with a creation based on the Cornish anthem, Trelawney.
When I first came to Cornwall 10 years ago, that was one of the first songs that I heard, and the stories relating to it with such passion. And so, in fact, I created a colour that I thought was very exciting and passionate, and called it Trelawney's Fury.
Other Denise Stracey designs will be on parade at Ascot this week, sold through exclusive fashion outlets in London. So what do those who have to wear the creations think of them?
I have all sorts of different outfits, some of them very, very simple and subdued, believe it or not. But I think Denise's outfits are wonderful and good for her, and vive Cornwall.
Claire, I suppose the million-dollar question, what do you think of the outfit?
I love it. I love it. I mean, it's a bit bright, very bright. I think I'll stand out, but it's so comfortable to wear. It's beautiful.
And with such stunning creations, they can't resist a turn on the catwalk.
Not a children's painting class, but the hand printing technique for silk. First, take a kitchen as your workshop, then mix vegetable dye with alcohol, scatter some salt, leave for half an hour for the granules to react with the alcohol, and watch as the dyes bleed together, creating this unique feathering effect.
Colour is the one thing that's really always excited me, and basically, I think in Cornwall the light is absolutely fantastic. So I'd walk along the cliffs, I'd see the lichen on the rocks in the damp and the dewdrops and the colours in sun and sunset, and that was basically where it's come from, just blending those kind of colours together.
Denise started her small business almost 15 years ago, but having a shop inside the family home means life is never entirely normal.
It's different to obviously living in a normal house where you've got your parents that go off to work and things, but it's nice, it's friendly, it's lively, and it's entertaining.
Denise says her role is to counsel her clients. They trust her to sculpt the perfect outfit for that special occasion.
I very much enjoy meeting people and actually kind of tuning into their psyche, where they're coming from. And because it's all special occasion wear, it's a very threatened area and there's a lot of anxiety around it. So I see my role as relaxing the client and inspiring their confidence, that we can then take the trauma out of this event and do something that makes them look better than they've looked for years.
Denise's unique creations are now being sold in London, Ireland, Portugal and Sweden.
Now, here's someone whose work is a head above the rest. Denise Stracey from Helston has been designing bespoke headwear for the past 25 years.
Yes, the designer has dressed celebrities, including Dame Maggie Smith and Sir Cliff Richard. As Johnny Rutherford reports, she's celebrating her quarter of a century in the business with an exhibition at Helston's Town Museum.
It's all theatre, says Cornwall fashion designer Denise Stracey, who's had her hats worn at Ascot and her fashion shown off in the designer room at Liberties. In her 25 years of creating fashion, she's produced works of arts for clients ranging from Dame Judi Dench to the local village postmistress.
It's been very exciting, the 25 years, and I feel really privileged to have actually earned my living doing something which I absolutely love. It's my passion. There's very few people that actually do bespoke work, and because there's multi-skills that you need. And so for me, I feel that this is my perfect niche.
Now Denise has a solo exhibition of her work at the museum in Helston. It shows off both her technique and a range of her crafted garments and hats.
This is one of my best sellers, these hats. People love them, men adore them. It's called Flirt. And the bigger they are, the bigger the flirt you are. These colours here, basically stimulated by the colours I see in the sea all around Cornwall. And this one here would be the colours in St Ives. This is Prussia Cove. And these are the misty colours you see in Perranporth.
But it's the designer's hometown, Helston, that gets a lot of the trade, especially for the famous Flora Day. The exhibition runs until April the 5th. Johnny Rutherford, BBC Spotlight, Helston.
Congratulations to Denise. I was shocked to discover earlier on that I did a report about her for Spotlight 14 years ago.
You did, didn't you? Looking lovely as well. You had a nice day in that garden, didn't you?
It was very sunny the day I visited her, unlike the last few days, David, which have been very cold and wintry.
It's been bitterly cold, hasn't it? After the rain that we saw back end of last week, it's the cold that's